What's up YouTube, Pokemon here, bringing you another Pokemon TCG opening. Today we are looking at the Iron-Tide theme deck from Ancient Origins, so sit back, relax, and enjoy. Alright guys, let's see what we got here. Now I did open this ahead of time, as you can tell from the taped up side here. But that was just to get the cards within the deck somewhat organized so it's not just this random shuffle. And we can go through all the cards in order, or at least in an order that makes some sense. While we review everything that comes in this deck. Real quick, I guess there's the artwork, and you can see the side there. On this side it says the deck theme name, and you can see what types of energy are used in it. Here's all this. You can pause that if you want to read this all over. But we're just gonna go ahead and take a peek inside. Let's see if I can get this to... There, Gengar. Gengar, hold him up, will ya? Thank you, buddy. Alright, so here are all the goodies that come inside this deck. We've got our playmat, which I'll open up and show you guys in just a sec. Here's a closer look at that playmat that comes with the theme deck. As you can see, we got Metagross on our side. Spot for all the prize cards, our bench and active Pokemon, deck and discard, as well as some rule reminders in case we're just getting started and learning how to play. Then we have our counters, 10, 50, and 100 burn and poison markers. We also have this little guy, which is just like a little pamphlet with info about the game, different rules and whatnot, as well as a checklist for this set that you can kind of mark as you go. Black is non-holographic, blue squares are reverse holo, and red are holographic, just so you can kind of keep track if you want to get literally one of each. A few exceptions to that rule are included in the theme decks, but we'll address that when we get there. And then as you can see, we got our coin. This particular one came with a Kyogre coin, which is very nice. So since we don't really have rare pulls to put on display, I guess we can put that up there. Alright. And we've got our deck box right here. And this is the code card to get this deck downloaded onto your game. And then the one card that is not inside the deck box that you could see from the outside is this holographic Metagross. This is typically a non-holo card, so this is one of those exceptions to the rule I mentioned that was on this list on whatnot. It is not listed as having a holographic because you can only get it as a promo to this theme deck, I guess you could call it, but as you can see, it's not marked as a promo card, so there you go. We'll go ahead and get this out, and then we can just add that Metagross to his line of Pokemon. Sit this down here. And let's get started. We start off with the Metagross line, which is Beldum. 4 Beldums in that line. 2 Matangs. And then here's where our Metagross gets added in. 2 Metagross Pokemon. You can read over the move real quick if you want. Not the most playable Pokemon, but not the worst in the world. Probably not someone I would keep. Then you've got 1 Registeel to finish off our Steel type or Metal type Pokemon in this deck. We'll move into colorless next, and you'll see why we went in that order in a little bit. This deck comes with 4 Meowth, to 2 Persians. Meowth, just 1 attack, pretty basic. And there's our Persian. As you can see, not the most amazing line either, but that's alright. And the last Pokemon within the colorless is Eevee, and this is why we did colorless first, because Eevee evolves into Vaporeon, which is here in our water line. Now Eevee, nothing really special there. However, Vaporeon is a playable Pokemon for sure. As you can see, it's not so much the attack. The attack is alright, but nothing too crazy. What's really important is the ability. Aqua Effect. Each of your Stage 1 Pokemon in play is now a water Pokemon, in addition to its existing type. Or types. It actually says types, which is unusual, because there hasn't been a multi-type Pokemon in a while. So maybe that's a hint that that's coming back here soon in future sets. We'll see. But Vaporeon is the first one, very playable. Then we have Relicanth. Relicanth has some tool acceleration as well as a basic move. Nothing too special, probably wouldn't use them myself, but we've got 2 in this deck. Then we have another Reggie. This is Regice. Decent attack, very similar to that of Vaporeon, with the addition of basically having a built-in safeguard for the next turn every time you use this. So just kind of a roundabout, non-direct way of having a safeguard Pokemon. However, if they do switch out, I think it pretty much neutralizes that. Our next line is 2 Magikarp to 1 Gyarados. Obviously Magikarp, nothing too crazy or special there. Very low HP of 30. But then we get into the Gyarados. It's probably one of my favorite artworks of the set. One thing to note is this typically is a holographic or reverse holo only when it comes to opening in packs. But as you can see, this is a non-holo. So that's another one of those exceptions to the rules. You only get the non-holo version of this with the theme decks. Thrash, pretty good damage, but you can damage yourself with that, depending on how the coin flip goes. So, still not the most playable, but really a beautiful card, nonetheless. Then we get into our trainers. We have 1 Ace Trainer. That's a new one. Probably going to become somewhat common, especially after N rotates out. Won't replace it outright because of the conditions needed to use it, but still pretty good. We have 1 Escape Rope, 2 Healing Scarves, another good new trainer, Level Ball. This is going to help with everyone that is using Pokemon lines that do evolve, as it does allow you to pull out any Pokemon with 90 HP or less and put it into your hand, which includes a very large number of the basic and Stage 1 Pokemon that do evolve, and in some cases even Stage 2s. Here's another new trainer card from the set, and that is Lucky Helmet. Basically getting some draw acceleration when you're attacked. Then we have a Pokemon Center Lady, a couple Professor's Letter for energy acceleration, a Switch, and a couple Tiernos for draw acceleration, and a Wally, which is from the previous set, Roaring Skies. Then, last but not least, we have our Metal Energies and our Water Energies. Let's see, it is, so I don't have to count, 13 Metal and 8 Water. So that is the deck in all. Definitely needs modifications to be that very playable. But it does have some cool cards in there. You got the Vaporeon line as well as the Gyarados. Gyarados is not playable per se, but still a card that just about everyone I think wants to get their hands on. And then, of course, those two variations of Gyarados and the Metagross that you can't get from the set directly in the normal way. So, not too bad if you're a collector. Definitely need some work if you want to play it. But that is the deck, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Leave a like if you did. Share your comments of what you think of the deck down below. Share it with your friends. And if you haven't subscribed already, make sure you do so you don't miss out on future videos and giveaways. And as always, thanks for watching. Take care.